Welcome to my channel, I'm Professor Binks. We're going to be doing a Pokemon solo challenge run using Pokemon Red version. I'll be using a wheel randomizer to decide which Pokemon it'll be. And we're going to replace one of the starters using the universal Pokemon randomizer, and we'll ensure that our rival will always pick whichever starter is most effective against us. Here's the wheel, and let's see who we get. We have Machoke. Alright, I'm not entirely sure what its moveset is, but I don't actually foresee too many issues going through the game, considering not many trainers use flying Pokemon. Sabrina will probably be an issue if she outspeeds us, but everything else, as far as I can think of, would be pretty easy, except maybe like the second to last or last rival fights because there's Pidgeotto, but we'll see how it goes. As the run starts, here are the rules. I will be playing at 4 times game speed, which does not affect the in-game timer. I can only do battle with the Pokemon determined by the wheel. If one of my other Pokemon come into battle, I have to try to lose, and if I can't lose, I have to reset. I will not be using any items during battle except for Pokeballs to catch Pokemon. I cannot use any glitches except for badge boosting because it occurs during normal gameplay occasionally. Same thing for red bar. When your health gets down to red, it kind of skips some sound cues and stuff. Doesn't matter, but it still happens and it is a glitch. Occasionally I will be doing Brock skip, where you fight Brock later rather than first. And I will be doing the cycling road bicycle skip, where you go onto cycling road without getting the bicycle. I will explain that more when we get to that part, but until then, here comes the first rival fight. We're going to be using Karate Chop since it is essentially always a critical. And Gravel goes down in just 2 hits, considering our critical hits and high strength. Now we're going to move on to Brock. This should be pretty easy, considering we have low kick, which is super effective, and we get stabbed. First hit is a critical hit on Geodude, almost knocks it out. And then our third low kick takes him down, we level up. Onix comes out, it bides and outspeeds us. So we just switch over to some Leers. Bide goes off and brings us down to 6 HP, and it outspeeds, brings us down to 1, and then takes us out with Tackle, and we actually lose to Brock, so let's try it again. We missed with our first low kick on Geodude. We're having some pretty bad luck, so we decided to go for a couple Leers. It's offsetting it with defense curls, and takes us down to half, under half now, and it's still up. We're almost definitely going to lose, but let's see how it plays out. Comes out, and we're going to start with Leer. It tackles, and we go down, so let's try it again. We're going to just start with using a Leer to lower its defense. It defense curls, so we just decide to move into low kick. We get a lucky flinch, and Geodude goes down without doing any damage to us. We get 2 level ups off of it, and Onix comes out. We're going to start with using some Leers. And then we move into low kick, and it does over half, so we don't have anything to worry about this time on Brock. Didn't expect to lose twice on Brock with a fighting type, though. So moving on to rival fight number 2. We're going to start with hoping to hit with Mega Punch, and we miss our first 2s. The sand attacks are definitely not helping, so we switch over to Karate Chop. We hit for a bit and then try to Mega Punch, and it hits but doesn't take it out. A Karate Chop does, though, and we level up. Aber can't do anything, so we're just going to Karate Chop it until we hopefully hit. Rattata comes out, and we're going to low kick it. Hopefully we hit. That is very good, considering it does not have 100 accuracy. We attempt to Karate Chop the Charmander and bring it down into the red. We hit with the second time, and Rival 2 goes down on our first try. We go on to Bill's house and fight only the required number of trainers before moving on to Misty. We're definitely going to get outsped. It uses Tackle, which is good. Our physical defense is much better than our special. We take it out in 2 hits, and Starmie comes out. It's definitely going to hit us with a Water Attack. Thankfully, first turn goes for an X Defend. Mega Punch is not doing a lot, and Water Gun does almost half. We're now down in the yellow, and it goes for a Bull Beam, and Nate takes us out. So let's try it again. We hit with our first Mega Punch, and it takes out the Staryu in the first hit. And Karate Chop does almost half on the Starmie. And we barely survive a critical Water Gun, and Misty goes down. On the SSN, we're going to fight rival number 3. We have Body Slam now, so this is going to go the same way it usually does, and it'll be pretty easy. A Body Slam almost takes out Pidgeotto in one hit. We finish him off with a Karate Chop, thanks to it being normal type. Eradicate goes down to a single Body Slam, Kadabra comes out, and Body Slam's going to hit. Thankfully it uses Teleport, so we don't take any damage from it. Charmeleon comes into play, lowers our attack a little bit, so Body Slam does not one-hit it. We finish it off with a Karate Chop, and we're going to move on to Lieutenant Surge. He's definitely going to outspeed us. We Body Slam. Thankfully, he starts by using an X speed on his Voltorb, and it goes down in one hit. Pikachu comes out, hits us with Thunder Shock for not a lot of damage, and it falls to a Body Slam. Raichu almost gets taken out by a Body Slam. Lieutenant Surge uses next speed, and we end up beating Raichu without taking any damage. In the Game Corner Rocket headquarters, we're going to fight Giovanni. This should be an easy win considering all of his Pokemon are Rock or Normal type at this point, so we're just going to use Low Kick and take out his Pokemon. We go down to 4, and actually Kangaskhan takes us out. Interesting, so we're going to try again. I probably could have healed up before that, but we'll try under the same circumstances. Onix goes down in one hit. Rhyhorn also goes down in one hit. And let's see how we do against Kangaskhan. It goes for a bite, brings us down to 8 this time, and then goes for a rage, dropping us to 1, and we narrowly managed to win under the same conditions as the first match. We're going to head on to the Pokemon Tower and fight Rival 4. We're going to Rock Slide his Pidgeotto, and we take it out in one hit. Execute comes out. We don't have anything particularly special other than Body Slam, which almost knocks it out. We do get put to sleep, unfortunately. It misses, and then we wake up, so we can finish it off with a Karate Chop and move on to his Gyarados, who is going to get hit by Rock Slide unless we miss, which we do twice in a row. That's not good. 3 times in a row. Our 4th Rock Slide hits, and Gyarados goes down in one hit. Kadabra comes out, and will we outspeed it? We are higher level. We don't. But it goes for Teleport, and we Body Slam it. So Charmeleon is just going to be easy as we hit it with a Rock Slide, or we miss. It's a lot of misses. But the rival goes down, and we weren't really in any danger, so let's move on. We finish the Pokemon Tower, get the Poke Flute, and head back to Erica since we didn't fight her yet. We are just going to use Body Slam. Unfortunately, we are outsped, even though we're 8 levels higher. We managed to get a Paralyze off on the Body Slam. And her first 2 Pokemon are down to Body Slams, and Vileplume goes down into the yellow. Crits with a Mega Drain, but then we crit with a Body Slam, and Erica goes down. Onto Cycling Road, so we're just going to go up to the top, hold left, and go through the dialogue boxes, and you can get onto Cycling Road without using a bicycle. We accidentally hold left for too long and get into an encounter with one of the bikers. Nothing special here, we're just going to Body Slam his Pokemon. One of his Machops manages to hang on, so we finish off with a Low Kick, and he goes down. We managed to go through the rest of Cycling Road without any incidents. And to get off of Cycling Road, you're just going to go up to the top like before and hold right. This time you're going to press the buttons and you'll get out. Now we're going to try and fight Koga. We have already got an Earthquake, so I'm not expecting any difficulties, but we do not have full health, so something might go wrong. Let's find out. We take out his first Koffing in one hit. Earthquake does not take out the Muck in one hit, but we finish it off and don't take any damage from it. Koffing comes out and then falls to a critical Earthquake. We level up, and let's see what Weezing does. It goes for a Sludge, lowers us and poisons us. Poison hits, and then Sludge crits and takes us out, so let's try it again. We're going to go back to using Earthquakes. First Coffin goes down. We crit the Muck and it goes down in one hit. Second Coffin falls to another Earthquake. And hopefully Weezing cooperates this time. We are at full HP, so I'm not anticipating any issues. He uses an X attack, and we almost knock it out with an Earthquake. Sludge hits, critical, but it gives us enough time to take him out with an Earthquake, and let's move on. We're in Silphco and about to do rival fight number 5. This is our first attempt. Let's see how it goes. We're going to Rock Slide the Pidgeot, and we almost knock it out. It takes us down to almost half after 2 wing attacks. We don't have anything particularly good against Execute, so we just go for a Body Slam. It uses Reflect, that's not great, but we managed to take it out without taking damage. Gyarados comes out, hits us with Dragon Rage down to 39, and it hits us for a second one KOing us. We had 2 HP short, so we're going to try again. And we Rock Slide the Pidgeot, almost knocking it out. We've leveled up a little bit, still not enough though. Execute comes out, all it's going to do is use Reflect, so we take it out. Gyarados comes out, and it is still up, but we take the Dragon Rage, and we outspeed and KO it. Alakazam comes out, and it hits us with Psybeam, so we decide to level up and come back. I don't remember why I lingered so long on this dialogue box here, but I might have been doing something on a second monitor. I'm not entirely sure. The battle starts, and Pidgeot comes out, and we're going to start with Rock Slide as usual. It outspeeds us, and we take it out in one hit. This is good. We're going to Body Slam the Execute twice. It manages to survive the second one. Gyarados comes out. We go for the Rock Slide, and we manage to take it out in one attack. This is good. Alakazam's definitely going to outspeed us, but we go for an Earthquake. Thankfully, it uses Psybeam and it's not critical. We hit, Alakazam comes down, Charizard comes out, thankfully uses Rage, and we KO it with Rock Slide. Giovanni number 2. This will probably be a pretty easy fight, considering he uses Poison and Ground-type Pokemon, and his Kangaskhan, so we're just going to Earthquake his Nidorino. Kangaskhan comes out, we're going to Earthquake it since it has really high base power. Kangaskhan goes down. Rhyhorn comes out, falls to an Earthquake. And so does Nidoqueen. And Giovanni goes down. Let's move on. Here's Blaine, and this will also be a cakewalk. He sends out his Growlithe, and we're going to use Earthquake. Not an issue, we level up to 50. Ponyta manages to flinch us, but we get an Earthquake off, and it goes down. We get critically hit and flinched by Rapidash, and then it falls to an Earthquake. Arcanine comes out, hits us with Fire Blast down to 7, but we managed to take it out with an Earthquake. So here comes Sabrina. We are lacking in the speed department, but let's see how it goes. We get hit by a Psychic for an insane amount of damage, and Kadabra goes down to an Earthquake. As does Mr. Mime. Venomoth comes out. We attempt to hit it with a Rock Slide, and it knocks us out with Psybeam, so we're going to try the fight again. Thankfully, Kadabra uses Psybeam and drops us to half. And then we take it out, and Mr. Mime follows. We decide to Earthquake the Venomoth, and it goes down. Alakazam comes out. Thankfully, it uses Reflect. And we Earthquake down to half, and it uses Reflect again, and we get a lucky victory against Sabrina. Now for Giovanni, the 8th gym leader. All of his Pokemon except for Dugtrio are weak to Earthquake, so this should be pretty easy. His Rhyhorn manages to not get KO'd in one hit, which is something that caught me by surprise. Dugtrio comes out, and we attempt to use Submission because it is pretty strong, and we get stabbed. We're not too worried about the recoil, and we managed to miss our first one, which sucks. But it goes down to our second one, and then we go back to using Earthquakes, and we miss twice in a row. Thankfully, Nidoqueen's not doing any real damage to us. Nidoking also falls to an Earthquake, and we level up. Rhydon comes out, and we do a little over half. I keep hitting the button just out of just constantly pressing it, but then I switch over to Submission, and Giovanni goes down. On to Rival Fight 6. Let's see how this one goes. We're going to use Rock Slide. Pidgeotto goes first and does quite a bit. We miss. Thankfully, it goes for Agility on turn 2. It manages to survive and use Agility, but we take it out. Earthquake takes out his Rhyhorn. His Execute comes out, and we're considering what to do. Ideally, we would use Body Slam, but we're just not thinking right, and we end up choosing Submission. And we end up missing, so it doesn't matter. We get poisoned, we miss again, and we get Leech Seeded. That is not good. It goes for a Solar Beam, and we manage to KO it before it can go off. Gyarados comes out, and we use a Rock Slide, miss, and get hit by Poison, Leech Seed, and Dragon Rage. That is very dangerous. We finish it off with a Body Slam, level up, and Alakazam comes out. If it hits us, we're going to lose. It Side Beams us, and we go down. So we decide to level up and come back. We ended up fighting quite a few trainers before this rematch. So we attempt the Rock Slide, and we take out the Pidgeotto in one hit. Rhyhorn comes out, and we're going to Earthquake it, and it falls. Execute is going to get some Body Slams. Our first one almost knocks out and paralyzes it. We do get hit by Leech Seed, which is not terrible. Rock Slide hits the Gyarados and takes it out into a single attack. Alakazam comes out, and it hits us with Psybeam, almost knocking us out, kind of. But it falls to an Earthquake, and if we don't outspeed the Charizard, it uses Slash, and we take it out with a Rock Slide. That's good. Now let's move on to the Elite Four. Alright, after getting into Victory Road, we're going to drop off our Pokemon. We accidentally deposited our Machoke. We realize that and then pull him back out. We're going to buy our 4 full restores. If I can ever hit the right button. Oh wow, I accidentally bought full heals. Well, that's going to suck. Alright, so our first attempt on Lorelei. Let's see how this goes. We're going to start with Body Slam just to hopefully get it to rest. Not realizing that all it's going to do is rest because we're fighting type. But it goes down to Body Slams, Cloyster comes out and confuses us. We move over to Submission and knock it out. Slowbro comes out and we're just going to Body Slam since all it will do is use Amnesia. Unfortunately, we hurt ourselves in Confusion 3 times in a row. Snap out of our Confusion and miss. She ends up using a Super Potion, and then it goes down to an eventual Body Slam. We hit level 62, and let's see how Jinx treats us. It critically hits with Ice Punch and takes us out. So we're going to go and try a couple more times. So we ended up leveling up a bunch because we just kept getting bad RNG and stuff. So we went and fought some trainers, and let's try Lorelei again. We're going to Body Slam, and it brings it down under half, but it uses Rest. We crit, she uses Super Potion, and then it falls to a Body Slam. We just go straight for the Submission on Cloyster. It uses Clamp and crits, then Super Potion. We miss, it confuses us. We hit it, it does not go down though. We do manage to take it out, but we are very dangerous on our HP. We end up hurting ourselves in Confusion. We take down the Slowbro, and Jinx comes out. We attempt to use a Rock Slide, and go down to single-digit HP from Double Slap. We do half damage to the Lapras. A second one almost takes it out before it Body Slams us. We have lost several times to Lorelei using a Fighting-type Pokemon. This is extremely unexpected, but we'll try again. This is our immediate next run, and we Body Slam the Dugong. It goes to sleep as we suspect. We take it out with Body Slams. Cloyster comes out. We go for the Submission, bring it down into the red. It misses with Supersonic, so this is looking pretty good. Slowbro just takes a couple Body Slams. Jinx comes out. We're almost at full HP, so this is pretty good. We go for the... What are we going to use? We end up choosing on Rock Slide. It double slaps because it outspeeds. It falls to 1 attack. And then, so we have quite a bit of HP on the Lapras. We missed with our opening attack. Our second one hits, and it does not kill us on recoil damage. So we beat Lorelei for the first time. And we're going to use our full restores that we've correctly bought this time and move on to Bruno. Bruno's going to be kind of easy. We're just going to Earthquake Onyx and then Body Slam his Hitmonchan. We do over half. Thankfully it uses an X defend and then we take it out. Hitmonlee comes out and almost goes down to a Body Slam, but it is paralyzed and then we take it out. Onyx comes out and then falls to an Earthquake. We decide to use an Earthquake on Machamp since it has higher base power. And it goes down, so let's do some pre-Agatha prep. Except this time, all it is a full restore. And Max Ether. We actually aren't using Mimic this run. So we're just going to restore Earthquake since it's super effective against all of her Pokemon. I would like to reiterate this is our first attempt past Lorelei. And thankfully Gengar misses Hypnosis and falls to 1 Earthquake. Golbat comes out and we attempt a Rock Slide. We take it out. Here comes her Haunter. We go for the Earthquake and she swaps into Arbok, who falls to Earthquake. Haunter comes back out, hits us with a Nightshade and then loses. Gengar opens with a Toxic, which is pretty cool because it then immediately faints. Agatha is fainted and we're going to move on to Lance, but before that we use a full restore and an elixir. We don't have anything particularly effective against most of Lance's Pokemon, but we do have very high attack power and some strong hitting moves. So Gyarados comes out and we're going to use Rock Slide, which almost knocks it out. We go down to almost half with 1 Hydro Pump. The Dragonairs have agility, so they're not going to be able to do any damage to us. So we just end up using a couple Body Slams and they go down. The Aerodactyl could hit us with some pretty good stuff, but it is physical and our defense isn't too bad. It uses Takedown, doing a little bit of damage, but then we knock it out in 1 hit. Dragonite comes out and we're going to use Body Slam, test the waters. Does a little bit of damage, so we switch over to Rock Slide. It's using Agility and Barrier, which are very good. Also the only moves it can use. We don't manage to take it down, and we were hoping we didn't get a Hyper Potion, and we don't. Lance goes down, and we're going to do our full restore and elixir before moving on to Champion Pingo. Let's see how our first run goes. I'm very worried about his Alakazam. Pidgeot comes out. We go for a Rock Slide. It mirror moves and misses because it doesn't work first turn. We almost knock it out. It charges up for Sky Attack, so we finish it off with a Body Slam before it can hit us. Alakazam comes out second. This is pretty convenient. Thankfully it uses Psybeam and drops us down into the yellow. And then it falls to an Earthquake. The rest of this should be pretty easy, unless we go to sleep against Executor. But Rhydon goes down to 2 Earthquakes. Executor comes out. And we're going to move over to Body Slam. We do quite a bit of damage and it becomes paralyzed. It misses with Hypnosis. We do a bit more and then it puts us to sleep. This could be pretty dangerous. It hits us with Stomp, but we then wake up and knock it out with a Body Slam. Can we take out Gyarados in 1 hit? We cannot, but it uses Leer, so we get another attempt and we finish it off with a Body Slam. Thankfully, Charizard misses with its Fire Spin and we hit, so that is a victory for Machamp, first time past Lorelei. This was a pretty exciting run. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I don't know what my in-game time is yet, but for the actual amount of time it took to do this, this is on pace for the fastest run. It's somewhere around Persian. I think it's a little faster, but we'll see. So 7 hours, 10 minutes for Machoke to do this. That was pretty good. That makes it the second fastest after Persian. If you liked this video, leave a like and subscribe, or leave a comment, and thanks for watching. There will be more of these coming. I'm still working on the graphic showing the rankings. That should be out with the next video.